Allow me to share some Bible lessons from Squid Game. Warning, there are spoilers ahead. Number 1. Don't love money. It does not love you back. It could even get you killed. Even before the games, the players were already in trouble because of their love for money. Do you remember how they still went back into the Squid Game even though they were let go after that terrifying first game of red light, green light? Desperation and greed will bring out the worst in people. The Bible says that those who want to get rich fall into temptation and a trap, and into many foolish and harmful desires. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. That's why many even wander from the faith and are faced with many griefs. Money can be important, but it is no substitute for doing something that makes life fulfilling. Two is better than one. You remember when our heroes teamed up? No, not those guys. These guys. The word says that two are better than one because they have a better return for their labor. If one falls down, the other can help them get up. Two can keep warm together. Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. And a cord of 3 strands is not easily broken. Third Bible lesson. Be careful who you trust. The Bible tells us about how Judas betrayed his master Jesus. Remember how poor Ali was tricked by Sang-woo? And Ali was even treated by Sang-woo like his younger brother. Makes you kind of wonder what his true intentions were. Or if he was really a good guy or bad guy. He kept jumping from one to the other, didn't he? How about our good guy Ji-hoon? Making use of the old man's supposed memory loss in that game of marbles just so he could win. Gosh, that episode 6. I'm not crying, you're crying. Oh, and then there's Mi Nyu, latching herself onto the villain Deok-soo in that game on that bridge. Wow. Talking about betrayal being paid back by betrayal. But even though some cannot be trusted, there is still hope for humanity. There are still good Samaritans out there today. You remember Ji-young? Well, she repaid the niceness that was shown to her, thanking Se-byuk right before she was shot in episode 6. Oh yeah, and in the end of the last episode, someone still helped that homeless guy in the cold before the clock hit 12. Number 5. Don't judge. Not everyone in the games were greedy or bad. Like everyone's favorite crush, Se-byuk shared her intentions why she wanted to win the game. It's so she can bring her mom over from North Korea, and then they could be reunited with her younger brother who was in the orphanage. And then Ji-hoon wanted in on it because he wanted to help his mom who needed an operation, and also win back his daughter by gaining custody. Number 6. Wisdom is priceless. It can save your life and others. You remember how Ji-hoon realizes he could lick the biscuit instead of carving the shape out? Oh, and that tug-of-war game. The old man revealed that strategy was better than strength. And then in the end of that tug-of-war game, they didn't die. They also won and moved on to the next round. Another lesson is being last isn't always the worst. In that final game, final round, Ji-hoon had to choose between first or last. And what did he end up going with? Last. And he was so worried about it. And do you remember how the bad guy ended up dying? It comes to show that those who have prospered through wickedness will fail. Cheaters never prosper. Whereas the good who have suffered will win salvation. All the money in the world can never buy happiness and satisfaction. In the last episode, we learned that the game was all along masterminded by the old man, Ilnam, as a way to entertain himself and his ultra-rich VIP clients, who had grown so bored of their lives. That's why Squid Game was born. Now, do you remember how the winner did not even touch his money even after a year that he won it all? After all he went through and all that trauma and drama, his mother ended up still dying and his daughter ended up still leaving. You see, you don't have to wait before it's too late. What good will it be for someone to gain the whole world and yet lose their soul? So what if you win Squid Game? Life is just never about all that money anyway.